The man poured out some corn kernels, and they instantly turned into popcorn. The robot was so excited, begging him to do it again. At that moment, the Earth's UV levels were dangerously high, and the temperature felt like a giant oven. But Finch noticed something dangerous. A storm was rapidly approaching. He quickly ran back to the car to prepare for evacuation. However, he underestimated how fast the storm was moving. Before they reached a safe zone, the storm had already caught up to them. He had no choice but to suit up and secure the car in place. He pulled out some steel pegs and hammered them into the ground with all his strength. Then he pulled out the wire and secured it to the steel pegs. The storm was getting closer. Finch had to finish securing everything as fast as he could. When the third steel peg was in place, the storm was already right in front of them. The dog was getting restless, but Finch was exhausted. Luckily, the robot quickly finished securing the pegs. Finch rushed into the RV and told the robot to secure the wire. He sent the dog into the doghouse and reinforced the windows. Then he opened the door, telling the robot to hurry up and get inside. The robot sped up its actions. Just before the storm hit, they were back inside the RV. They did all they could to secure the vehicle, holding on tight to resist the storm's fury. Thankfully, the storm passed quickly. Finch opened his visor and urgently checked on Evrion's condition. When he saw that everyone was okay, he finally felt relieved and got out of the car. At that point, only the steel peg the robot secured was still holding. But Finch turned around to see the tire was completely ruined. Just then the robot brought over the spare tire, but Finch was too weak to change it. In his rush, he had forgotten the jack. As Finch was thinking about how to change the tire, the robot had already lifted the car. It excitedly swapped the tire, and Finch looked at the robot, realizing he still hadn't given it a name. But their journey was still far from over. During the rare downtime, the robot was thinking about its name. Eventually, it decided to call itself Jeff. The next morning, the RV continued driving towards San Francisco. Finch needed to find food, so he picked a roadside diner. He parked the RV in front of the entrance and got out without wearing his protective suit. But as soon as he entered the diner, he coughed up blood. Finch's condition was looking grim, but he didn't want the dog to see. Later, Finch returned to the RV, took the dog down, and left Jeff to watch the vehicle. They went off in search of food, but Jeff was very unhappy, always being left behind by these two carbon-based beings. So he secretly climbed into the driver's seat and stared at the steering wheel, ready to try it out.